Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make something like what you're seeing on screen. This is my custom Hearts of Iron 4 map, and this is what I'm going to be showing you how to make, but on a much smaller scale. See here, I got ideas. I have a small little generic focus tree. It's super small, but it takes a lot of work just to add something just like these. Takes a while to do. And I don't have flags or leaders yet, but I have ideas for certain nations. Like national spirits. I know what I'm planning to do with nations. I have a whole idea. I have strategic regions. You can see I have a unit there. I did all the states by myself, the provinces. I used a map generator, which I'll show you, and we'll get into that later. So, yeah, let's go. Alright, guys, so the first thing you want to do here is right-click Hearts of Iron 4, go into Properties, go into General, set Launch Options, and make sure it says -debug. Then click OK, click Cancel, and you're good to launch your game. Alright, so when you have your game open, it should look like this. You can go to your mods, the mod tab, disable any mods you currently have, and you'll be in debug mode, so it might look a little weird. But go to mod tools, click create mod, enter your mod title, so we'll just do test. Directory is going to be the name of the mod folder in your folders, so just name it whatever you want, doesn't matter. Supported version, that's just the version mod is gonna be on. Just leave it because it'll be on the latest one. And you need mod tags, just what your mod's gonna be. So ours is gonna be map, and you can always add and change more later, so it's fine. So create mod, and it'll tell you where your mod has been created. And yeah, we don't need to go there yet because we gotta use the map generator now. So we'll go to that. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is download the map generator 2.2. This is the most up-to-date version that I know of. And all you have to do in Google is just look up map gen 2.2 HOI4. And it should be the first one enabling shitty map design since 2018. And if you scroll down to the comments, this guy will leave you a link and download right here. You just paste that into a new tab, and it'll give you, pretty sure it's a .zip, yeah, .zip file, and just install that, and you'll have the map generator all ready to go. So if you install it correctly, you should get a folder like this that says mapgen v 2.2. Open it up. I just have it in a separate folder because I organize things. You should have examples and mapgen v 2.2. Open that, launch the exe. It's gonna take a minute. It's a very what's the word, unstable. It's it could crash any minute. So the first thing we're going to need is a land input. Now you can generate this if you have a height map. I'm just going to use their examples here. So if you go into the examples tab, they have everything you'll need, so you could just drag in. This is their example. So if you want to make your own custom land map, you're going to have to open up Paint or something like that. I use paint.net. Give that a minute too. And you're going to want to drag the land map in, open it, and then also create a new one. Now, you're going to need the same size. This map size has to stay the same, and you have to use the exact colors they use. So let's say, actually, I want to make my own map. So the black is water, the purple is land, and the green is lakes. So let's say I wanted, I don't know, 30 size. We're gonna need like 100. Then I wanted this whole area land. Well, now it would be land, but here's the problem, and this is a huge problem. See this? See how these are faded? That's not gonna work. You can't have that. So to change that, just click the anti-aliasing, whatever, and make sure it's pixelized. And now you'll see when I draw, it's pixelized. And let's say I want this whole area filled in. I don't want lakes here. Yada, yada, yada. You can put as much work and detail as you want in it. We can go back to my tools. Where is it? These are all my mods and stuff. Here's my land map. I forget which one it is. This is mine. I'm pretty sure. Or no, it might be the other one. But you get the point. So you have to draw that. That's probably the hardest part. But I'm still going to use their examples just for now, just for the map generator. So then you'll need a terrain input. Now just generate a plains world, because or you can use their terrain map if you're using the example. You can use their example. Actually, I recommend you use their example, so you can learn and see from it and edit it off yourself. So each color is its own thing. I'm not 100% sure which is which. Pretty sure this is like plains, this is hills, that's like desert or something. I'm not 100% sure. So if you're not sure, just generate a plains world. But if not, you can create it, work off of this. When you load this in game, you'll be able to see. Then there's province size. So province dense map, this is also where it is. So this, after you have your land input, which is the purple is land, remember that. Then you're going to want to do something like this. You need to copy the exact colors, by the way. So if you're going to open it in Paint, oh, I closed it. If you're going to open this up in Paint, you need these exact colors. So you got to use the pick tool. If it's not exactly 000, it's not going to work. If it's not exactly 102, if it's a 101, it's not going to work. You got to make sure it's the exact color. So what is province density? It's how small and how large your provinces are. If it's black, it's going to be really condensed. There's going to be a lot of provinces. Usually this is good for the coastlines. And the whiter it gets, the more bigger the provinces are and the more spread out they are. So this is like mountain areas, this is like urban areas kind of thing. So you got it really condensed, decently condensed, wider, bigger. Then by the time you get to white, your provinces are going to be like that big, like pretty big. Yeah, so you can open that in the map gen tool, or you can do Mercantor, which will just do that, or uniform, whatever you prefer. That means like every province will be small. You don't want to do that actually if you have a huge map, because it could be a little laggy the more provinces you have. So land province minimum and max, this is just how big your provinces will be. So just keep it at default. If you want bigger provinces, then just raise the minimum and the maximum and do like that. Boundary input, personally I think this is just for states, but I'm not actually sure. I personally have not used this. I never use this. I'm not even sure what it's for. I don't use it, and it works perfectly fine without. The next thing is provinces. Just generate. It's going to take a probably good decent amount of time, depending on how many provinces you have. If your whole map is completely black and you're going to have a lot of provinces, it's going to take a while. Now there you go. Notice, it's hard to see, but the provinces are smaller here compared to here. That's due to the black and the white. And notice how big they are. If I change the minimum to 30 now, and we regenerate it, you'll notice a huge difference. The provinces are going to be pretty ginormous. They're all going to be the same size too, because I made the minimum and the maximum 30. So yeah, look how big they are now. Now you can do state output. For state output, I'm going to have to recommend something. Do not just set these sliders to the lowest they can go. Reason being is this is going to happen. Sorry, you set them to the maximum, sorry. When you create your mod, what's going to happen is it's going to create each one of these little circles is a state. That's great that it makes your states for you, but it's not. Because the way they create states, it misses a lot of information, and the way they create them is very strange. They all have no resources, no manpower, no buildings, like no infrastructure, and you have to do it manually. So making states manually is better than having to go and edit every single one of these. So just make them the largest they can be. Like that. I think they're just following the boundary lines probably. So yeah, you'll get like 20 states, if anything, and it'll be easy to work with. Then height map, you can generate a height map. You can adjust the settings here, hills height, mountain height, whatever you feel is necessary. It's up to you. And your thing's going to say not responding a lot, just don't mess with it, just be cautious with it. Then world normal, it should auto do. Color map, just generate, unless you have one. This is like textures, almost. This is like, the textures, like you can see. This is modeled off the height maps and the deserts. So if you have deserts in your terrain input, then it's going to turn into a desert. Same with mountains and etc. River maps, you can add rivers, but this might crash if you add 150. So you can add 5. It crashes for me a lot, so I'm not going to do that. You can always add rivers manually later, but no, I'm not going to do that now. Next is a terrain map. Just generate it. This is also another texture thing. It just makes the map look a little nicer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And like I said, if you have a good terrain input, if you didn't just generate a plains world like I did, then it'll actually turn out looking very nice. And then there's, then underneath join our Discord, there's actually a hidden button here. It's really hard to see. And this is a checklist, so make sure you have everything. You need all this in order to export it. So type your name, test. Now, you need a color map, something, DDS file. So you need to convert your color map to a DDS, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Alright, so you need your color map, DDS. So go to your color map in your map generator, click Save the Files, and I'm just going to save it to examples, and I'm going to name it color map. That's fine. Yes, and it'll tell you it needs to be converted. It'll ask you, do you want to go to an online conversion tool? You can say yes, but most likely, I don't remember, this one didn't work for me, this generator. But we can try it, so I just gotta make it to, so I saved it to examples. So here, open, and convert. Take a minute. Sorry. It's gonna take 1 minute, and then you'll have it here. It actually does work, if I remember. Yeah, see, this one never works for me. I used a different one. This one, this online converter is weird. It doesn't work. So just look up online DDS converter. I want it the other way. BMP to DDS, if I remember. Okay. Here we go. Nope, this is the same one. So just get a online converter. You'll find one eventually. I don't even remember which one I used, to be honest with you. And just find, oh my goodness. Find your example or whatever you used. I would recommend using the example now. I'm not going to show you how to make your own. You just have to draw it. Just make something simple. Start out simple. So convert. Let's see if this one works. I hope it works. Every file is saved as either a BMP or a DDS. Even like portraits in the game, like country leaders, they're saved as DDS files. I'm not sure why. It's pretty weird. This takes a minute too. So anyway, once you get it converted, what you're going to want to do is just simply, you're going to open the file. I clicked on their Discord. It's hidden. You're going to click open file here. Find the DDS file wherever you saved it to. And we can use mine if we wanted, but it'd be weird. And then you open it here, and then you can actually export to game. And that should work. Alright, so after you do that, it should say your mod is installed. It might have asked you, do you want to replace your mod because you already have one named test. That's because we already created a mod. Turns out we didn't need to because it already makes one for you. I just want to be sure. I didn't know it did that. Click OK, and now you're pretty much good to run your game, but you're going to get bombarded with errors. It might actually even crash. We'll have to wait and see. So you want to head over to this file location. This PC, users, your name, documents, paradox, HOI4, mod. This is my actual current mod. This is your mod, and you'll have a test.mod, whatever you named it. Then here's all your stuff. You can delete tutorial, readme. That'll just let you know what's happening. And there you go. Now go into mods, go into, where's T? Test. Yeah, okay, that's what I was scared of. It's going to say your mod is outdated, and it's probably going to crash, because this was built for 1.5, and it's 1.7. So, it's actually an easy fix, if I remember correctly. So you want to open Sublime Text. This is something you can download off the internet easily, and this is going to be a lifesaver. Don't use Notepad. Do not use Notepad. Don't. So the first thing you have to do is go here, open your test.mod in this. This will open .mod files. Change supported version to 1.7.1 or whatever your current version is. You don't have to change anything here, but this is what I recommend you do. I recommend you type this. I'll leave this in the comments, but yeah. You're probably going to have to type most of this. Don't enter all of it now, but these are the ones you probably should enter. You actually have one here. If you do copy and paste that here. So you have history/states gone. I would do the same for starting out. Let's actually do none for now. Let's just leave the history/states. So for test, let's see. Let's just see if it crashes, and we'll see if this works or not. Alright, so we did get a crash. Of course, I was expecting that. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting much from it. Just go into your task manager quickly, because you're going to have to do something, or else it's going to be bugged. Close down HOI4. Why is this weird? And yeah. HOI4 is going to say it's continuously running. That's fine. Just open up your actual task manager. Click on something and just type in CRA, and you'll find Crash Reporter, and that, and you'll notice it's done. If that Crash Reporter isn't coming up and it still says it's running, you have to restart your Steam. It's very annoying, but that's what it is. So once you get your crash, which you're probably gonna, if you don't, you did something good. I don't know. Go here, Documents, Paradox, HOI4, and go into Logs. Now, the reason we actually launched the game, and I knew it was gonna crash, that's a good thing because we get our error log. This is every error in the game that you have. It categorizes the top as the most worst, usually, and the bottom as the least worst. Now, I'm going to highlight everything that probably shouldn't be crashing your game. All the way from these, all the way up to here. Oop, nope, one down. To here. None of those should crash your game. They might, but they're not going to do anything. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say states. You're going to have a lot of errors, and you're going to have to fix these. So, these don't matter, but these do. Now, here's what I recommend doing. Since you don't want to have to go into over however many state files this is and edit them, make one mega state. That's what I recommend doing. These are what's crashing your game right now. Those are the only thing that's really causing you an error. So you can close out that. So here's how we're going to fix it. We're going to go into our mod. We're going to go into our mod. History, states, need Sublime Text. Close everything out. And we're going to go and delete every state. Except for one. Leave one state. Now delete all the provinces in that. Add some people in it. Just add 100. Doesn't matter. Whew. Okay. Now you're going to have to do state. Oh, not in caps. Doesn't matter, actually. State underscore category. And just enter in town. You can look up the different state categories. It determines how many building slots you'll have in a state. Right now, it doesn't matter. Right now, we're just trying to get our game to run so we can see our map. Now, on the internet, you're going to want to look up number lister, number generator, generate list of numbers. This is the website I use. It's Text Mechanic. You can look at the link. This is what you'll need. So go back into your files for a minute. Go into map and drag in this definition.cvs. Now you'll see this lists all of your things. If it's plains, desert, is it coastal, is it land or sea, and this is the RGB, the color of it in our files. Since we didn't do it manually, since it did it automatically for us, none of this matters. So we can just go to the bottom, see that we have 13,651 provinces. Copy that number, go here, ending with that number, starting at 1, generate list of numbers. Control A, Control copy, Control C, sorry, and then just paste them here. It's crazy, but it's gonna work. Now keep that. Don't just keep that number copied. Go into strategic regions. You're actually gonna have to just copy. Actually, no. Okay, we can do this. Don't do test strategic region 0. Just copy, paste it into strategic region 1. If you start with 0, it's gonna bug your game. So now you have 1. Do the same thing. All your provinces. Just go here. A, copy, V. You can separate them into separate states after using the nudger, but right now, like I said, we're just trying to get our game to run. So it's every province in those. It's gonna be a little weird. Now we run our game. Alright guys, so mine, after a while of fixing errors, finally didn't crash. Now yours is going to crash. Definitely going to crash. Now I'm going to show you what I did. I copied a lot off of my mod, but here's the first thing you should probably do. The first thing you should probably do is in your mod, go into your national focus file. All these will be blank. Simply drag in and copy the generic focus tree. The next thing you should do is in Sublime Text, open your test mod, and I'll leave this in the description. Just copy and paste everything that's here into here. These ones, if they have a little hashtag, that just means that currently it doesn't even read this line. It doesn't matter. Just copy and paste this into your .mod file. Basically what it means is it's getting rid of the base game. So such as national focuses, it will completely erase the base game and only focus on what's in your mod. However, this is where the frustrating, annoying part comes in, and it's going to take work, is if you go into your national focus, having that replace path isn't enough. What you also have to do, which it should be done for you, is make these all blank, which it should be done for you. The next thing I did is I copied in AI focuses, AI strategy, and AI strategy plans. I just copied in from my mod, but all you have to do is open them up. You can leave the generic one, but just empty out the specific country ones. Same for strategy. Same for strategy plans. Just empty these all out. And the hardest one that personally I had to do in software with is countries. Countries. Every country, you should have every country. It should do it automatically for you. But since this was made in 1.5, certain countries weren't there. Such as, I think, the central, like Djibouti. This wasn't in the game at the time. So what you have to do is copy and paste one of these, rename it to DJI, Djibouti, or whatever it is, and then simply just copy and paste capital 1 into it. That's all you have to do. And it will actually tell you in your error log, it'll tell you like missing history file. It will tell you like this, and then Djibouti, whatever it is. and you'll have to copy and paste that and make it into a custom file. That's probably the hardest one you'll have to do. Other than that, that's really all I did. Those are the hardest to do, but yeah, I think that's it. That's all I did. And all you have to do is just, once it crashes, this log will update. Go back into your error log, check out your errors. These errors, it says it should be saved in a different save. That doesn't crash your game, I know that, but you can go here, save as, save encoding, sorry, and it's with BOM. So there you go. Weather positions, that's not necessary right now. This is just a glitch province. None of that matters. You can change those later. What it means is you'll learn as you go along what crashes and what doesn't. But like this, I don't know what this means. No idea. Named collective ethos found in database. Basically, your best bet is just to follow where it says common national focus. In the generic focus, it doesn't know what this is because we probably deleted it. So your best bet is just delete whatever is on that line. If it doesn't know what it is, if it says error unexpected token, just remove. It says this is the unexpected token on this line. Just remove it. That's probably your best bet. You're gonna have to go through trial and error, but there you go. Your custom map is in. You can zoom in, see your provinces. We made them gigantormous. Like I said, that's the hardest part, is going through here and fixing your errors. Invalid X crossing, that means that in Paint, what that means is if I have a red province here, get the point, and then a blue, yep, then a green, then a yellow. What it means for X crossing, because this is one you would commonly see, is you can't have four colors, cross. This is illegal. This will not work. This will cause errors. Simply to fix it, just go like that. Look, they're not crossing anymore. That's an X crossing, because it looks like an X. So you can't do that. And any errors you're unsure about, or if your game is still crashing, let me know in the comments, and I will answer as much as I can. But there you go. And now you have your map. Now what do? Well, now you can start making states. Making states is not hard. You can do it in what's called the nudger, which if you're in debug mode, it should come up. Just simply hold shift, click, shift, click, shift, click, shift, click. And this will deselect your provinces from anything. See how these say state 1, state 1, state 1, because we all put them into state 1. So now you can select, shift, select them. State name. State, we'll just name it island. Create state. Now to revert. That's fine. Now what you need to do is go into here, for Hearts of Iron. Head into your file, your folder, map, nope, sorry, history, my bad. Go into your states, and these are where all your states are, and anything you do in the nudger will pop up here, either in map, localization, history, whatever it is. So this one's history, because we made a state, then here is our state that we just made. Boom. Drag it in, make sure it's state 2, ID 2, state 2, write provinces, edit the manpower, you can add the buildings, and if you don't know what to do, always look at the base game files. That is going to save you. And if you guys want, I'll do a full tutorial on how to make countries and everything I did. But in the end, just look at the base game. I know it's very generic. I'm rushing this. But we can see here, history, states. Look. This is a complicated one. No, we don't want that. Okay, these are all complicated ones. But you can see here, buildings. This is infrastructure. This is civilian factories. This is how many are in the state. This is the core. This is the owner, whoever owns it. This is the country tag. This is the victory points in it, which you don't do. Those are complicated. These are the provinces, the manpower, the state category. Not even sure what this is, but you don't need it. You can delete it if you want. And that's all you have to do. And you can actually just, once you move it into your own files, from the nudger area, you can update. And look, island. There you go. State 2. You create a country, and let's say I have a country here. Where is it? Let's say I had a country just named Island, and its tag was ISL. So what you do is open this, copy over the buildings. So this is the history. So owner would be ISL for island. It'd be a core ISL. It had 5 civilian factories, 7 infrastructure. And we need an actual thing to close it off. And there you go. It won't update here exactly, but you know, because I don't actually have a nation called ISL yet. That's just, I didn't make it. But that is your custom thing. And if you get your countries in and you get your things in, you can edit your strategic regions, your supply areas, and you can bring it from there. We actually just crashed because our strategic region is everything, so it's really large. Or, I don't know, some errors crash it. Over time, you'll learn, and now you can experiment. And if you guys want me to do a video on really how to actually make states in detail and how to make countries and go on from there and how to actually play your game, because if you try and play your game right now, it'll probably crash since you don't actually have a country, then let me know. But that's how you really just load it up in game. I know I rushed over the last part where you kind of just, I didn't really go with you. It's because it takes time. It's very difficult to do. But you're just going to have to go through it. You have to go through logs, error log, and you just got to go through error by error. I will leave as much as I can in the description. I'll leave the copy and paste for this. I will leave all the download links that you'll need, hopefully. And like I said, if you're having crash issues, your best thing to do is probably delete it where it says the error is. That's not always the case, but that's usually the case. I think that's all for today. Like I said, you know, when you copy and paste this into your mod, make sure you copy and paste these over from the base game, empty these out. Same with national focus, make sure you copy in the generic. It will crash if you don't have a generic. Yeah, and then history. Make sure you enter in all those history files. There'll be like 10, 20 of them there you have to enter in. Like, let's say Djibouti, I have to enter that one in, so I'll just copy and paste it. Rename it to Djibouti. I don't know how to spell it. It'll say, there you go. And then just cancel. That's how you do it. So yeah, guys, until next time, just work on your errors, fix your errors, and that'll be that. So I'll see you next time, guys, if you want more detail. Yeah, bye.